Yo, good day, believers. Getting God's good. This is Ghana Joshua Dalami, the analyst, in case you're just coming across my page. And on today's video, we're going to be doing our pre-market analysis as usual, where we go over different asset classes we trade and hope to get directional bias for the week to guide us for the week. The markets are currently closed, so this is us doing our due diligence before the market opens and we are set for the week. So sit tight even as we analyze together. I hope this video, someone out there will find it helpful, and I do this with the aim to help those who don't know what this is to be able to analyze the markets from scratch and build trade ideas for themselves. And for those already in the space trading the same thing we do or any asset class, could be helpful to add to whatever it is you got going on if how I read the market makes sense to you. So basically, we trade stocks and commodities right now as of the date of recording, June 2026. Currently, the month is coming to an end. We are in June 28th today, I think. So remaining few days for us to get into July. So that matters too. I'm gonna be looking into that. So also this is for anybody. So just pure value from me to the world. So I hope this fine helps someone out there. So basically we trade support and resistance, right? That's what we do, the model we use. And then we trade USOIL gold, the S&P 500, NAS 100, UK 100. Basically, that's what I trade for now. So, like if you've been coming to my life, we look at the DXY to know the strength of the US dollar because most of the things we look having to do with US dollar, like I always say. So that's why we look at US dollar. I don't trade them, but you can. So use them as you may. So first off, I'm just gonna go over the DXY, look at briefly what's happening. So over the past week, the DX will start from weekly. The DXY has been bullish as you can see, just breaking every resistance it sees, you know, and yeah, currently is where it's at. It's at a resistance right now as of the last week close. But then before then, it's just been bullish. So this was a resistance that it's looking like it has turned support. But let's investigate the action. This was a resistance, but then price broke above it. So the due thing we just do is break and retest. So it's for price to come test this resistance that's now support and continuation to the upside. So see the next level of resistance we can see is around this level for the DXY. Only thing we are looking out for was the fate of the US dollar. That's the only thing we want to know. So this is a resistance. So let's go down to the daily. And if you check, you'd see the reaction happening right there around as a resistance on marked. So and this place is support. So basically that's what we do. That's how you identify support and resistance for those of you just coming in here. And then we use psychological levels as our dynamic support and resistance. So right now, price is at the nearest psychological level where we see price is 101. We'll check that to see. The next guy is 102. So in between 101 and 102, we would have 101 500. We split in between 101 and 101 500. Yeah. So yeah. So this guy is not a psych level. It's just a resistance to identify. So price is currently ranging between uh, 101 and 102 on the DXY, and we are looking for a retest around, I think this price level will be 100 500, 100 500. So we are looking for a retest around 100 500 or 100 itself. That's what we're looking on the XY, in between this zone, 100 and 100 500 on continuation to the upside, or just continuation pending as the case may be. Because for price to break this, it needs strength, so it just needs to come, get the support, continue to the upside, and the next resistance after 102, next major resistance around 104 500. So we know that now, and we're gonna like take cautious of that. So if we check our 4-hour time frame on the DXY, you would see, go and study your reactions around these levels, and then price was bullish, but as the week ended, it's resting. So market open, let's see what happens. That being said, let's move on to US oil. US oil, look at our analysis for the previous week. We've been hoping for some retests around this level, but price never came back. But then in our last week pre-market analysis, that was where this came out for, and for the whole week, price was following through with it. Though recently I haven't been trading US oil myself because of the uncertainty and whole thing that is not clear with the Strait of Hormuz and US and Iran as of the date of recording. So I'll just analyze it and leave it, but I don't trade it yet until things get clearer for me. But then overall, what we're just looking out for on oil is for the next level of support. Reasonable support is range between 67.8784, which leaves us around, I think, $66. Price coming to test that level, then let's see if this support holds or it breaks lower, which is yeah, if we round it up, it's the price range of 68 to 66, and on US oil, that's what we're looking at to come test this support and continue to the upside. So that being said, um, we'll move on to XAUUSD. Yeah, so we'll move on to XAUUSD. We'll do the same top-down analysis starting from weekly time frame. So from weekly, we could see um, push, exhaustion, push phase. Then we'll be hoping for some sort of exhaustion. That's if not a trend change. Maybe this supports and continuation to the downside. But then that's just rough. What we're looking out for, price has been bearish on gold. I think most part of the month of June. So thing is, at this the moment, we've got these levels of liquidity that we hoping that price will come and tap. So currently price has tapped one, remaining two, and when price taps these levels of liquidity, which happens to be the max 3887, that's where like we can now like, because the next level of support before that is around 3400. But then is this level going to hold up? Yeah, because You could see the momentum already happening, just price tapping this liquidity keeps it trend because last week was looking some ended aggressively bullish, but the week ended up started bearish, just like we said in our analysis. Go check our previous video for last week. Compare it with the price action that happened within the week, and it will make sense to you how we analyze what we did in this pre-market somehow played out, right? So price has tapped on this level of liquidity below 4,000. It hasn't tapped the one on 39 and 38 yet. We don't know if it would or just this liquidity it has tapped from 4K is enough. Because if I do my psychological level 4,000, you would see that happens to be where price like came, took out stop orders here and started moving. So here there are also a whole lot of stop losses here, stop losses here. So price always comes to where the stop loss is to get fuel to move to the upside. That's how it moves. And you could see just tapping that level from the daily. Look at the reaction we get in. On that level, price came, it couldn't close below 4K. It came again for the second day, it couldn't close below 4K. It came the third day, and you could see the strong bullish like price action by just tapping that liquidity below. So the question we don't know right now because from the way gold is looking kicker bullish from where it ended last week. So let's see how it ends. So everything is bullish until otherwise. If this guy gets taken out 3,962.5, then our bias can change to bearish bias. But as it stands now, like where price is currently, it's looking like the bulls are recovering. But then market closed at around a level of resistance, but I don't think this resistance will hold. So what I think we're gonna be looking out for on gold is simply a pullback, because it's simply a pullback to retest and continuation to the upside. Maybe a pullback to the 50% level and continue to the upside for now. That's what I see happening on gold. But then we bullish so long as price keeps riding above 3962.5. But then anytime price comes back and breaks this guy, then the story has changed. Do you understand me? Are you tracking? So that's what I see happening on gold. We got a whole lot of resistance. There's a whole lot of there's a whole lot of bearish. There's a whole lot of sell side liquidity. I could see there's liquidity here. There's a whole lot of a lot that price will be coming from. There's liquidity here. There's liquidity in this zone. And for price to break this level, anywhere you see red resistance, anywhere you see blue support, there's liquidity here. There's liquidity here, like it's a lot. So are the bulls gonna come for it finally? It's liquidity here. So price is gonna come for all of them. But then coming for all of them, is it recovery to the upside or just a retest to have strength to break? That's what we don't know. And that's why if how I read the chart makes sense to you, check out my Telegram channel. This is it. I share my trade ideas live there, my wins, my losses, everything, my track record if you want to see. So because all these things we are doing right now, market is static. So as the market goes on, we're gonna see how the price action, what it tells us, and we're gonna follow suit. But then what we're doing here is not financial advice, it's just our rough speculation. Price can respect it, price might not. We don't know. We could just do our due diligence. Yeah. So that's what we see happening on gold. So price started reacting to this resistance, but then it's like price is coming for it. So let's see what happens when market opens. But the next level of resistance is around 4,150, 145, 150. And that's where price is coming. There's a whole lot of money here. And uh, there's money here. Price will come, sap this money. There's money here too. Price will come, suck out this money. So that's what I see happening on gold. But then if this trend gets broken, then yeah. So look at silver. Silver faces the same fate with gold because they move alike, just like we identify this different level of liquidity. A price is coming is also at the level of resistance. So we're looking for maybe this resistance push price down. If it doesn't, if it breaks above, we'll look for an entry here on the retest and continue the price to the upside. So that's what we see on silver. Let's go to the S&P 500. We do the same for weekly. We check what's happening. Currently, there's a whole lot of inflow of cash. Last week ended bearish, right? So what does that mean for S&P 500? Uh, does that mean this week is going to end bearish? We don't know yet. But then currently price is at a level of a support level right here. So we don't know if it's gonna recover or not. This block until this guy gets taken out, we are still bullish on S&P 500. So we'll be looking for buy opportunities. Every sell we see is a retracement opportunity to buy to the upside. That's what we're seeing on the S&P. So long as price is riding above 7,250, 7,200, 7,250, we good. So movement to the upside is what we're gonna be looking for buy opportunities on the S&P 500. Invalidation of our buy idea is when price breaks below 7,250. That's where our buy idea gets invalidated, and then we start looking for sell opportunities from 7,200 on the S&P, and it also moves in similar fashion with Nasdaq. Nasdaq currently, let's go to the weekly, but it's the same kind of like movement. So right now, last weekend they're bearish too. We're seeing some M pattern forming. This is a bearish structure forming. So there's a strong resistance on this level. For like weeks, price has been finding it hard because this is the all-time high I think on Nasdaq, right? So this also is a support level where it is. Uh, um, yeah. So it's the same thing on the price level. When price takes out 28,000, we become bearish, else we are bullish. My time is almost up. You can connect with me for more updates, but then I hope you are able to pick one or two things from this session and use it to your own advantage one way or the other. So I remain Ghana Joshua Dalami. See you on the next one when I can. Enjoy for now.